Hello, hi, welcome to another video. I still have problems with my throat. I developed infection 2 days back, but I thought of doing this video on shadowing because many people wanted the second part to it. If you're watching me for the first time, you can always check the channel description. So today it's the second part to shadowing. I've already done another video on shadowing and that's for the beginners. There I told you, I promised that I'll be doing longer passages. So I have chosen a book. This is my book that got published in 2021. I've already spoken at length about my writing journey. Everything happened after the cancer phase. Everything happened after the corona phase also. I've written about this at length. There are a lot of things that people don't know about a life. You watch me through videos, even I don't know. I will only read your comments and some of you connect through emails. But as a creator, as a language trainer, I think I've come to this level. I've reached this level because of the experiences that I've got, not only as a trainer, but also the extraordinary experiences that life has taken me through. And I'm sure that you will also have such experiences. It's not that one is lesser or greater than the other. Now, I've chosen a book, and here it's not poems, but the title is Tiny Thoughts and Great Memories. It's available on Amazon. I had already spoken about this and the other books that got published in 2021. Then another one got published in 2023. If you're interested, you can purchase, you can buy, read, and let me know about it. So this got published immediately after the lockdown. It is COVID Diary Writing Challenge. So here we were asked to participate in a writing challenge, and we had to record our reflections. Something that's similar to taking memories, reflections from a diary. I never had the habit of writing a diary till I got this published. So I wrote every day. You know that we went through a tiresome and also creative phase of COVID lockdown. Why I'm saying it was creative? Because for me personally, it helped with reflection, thoughts, art, and a lot of other things. Look at this is the title for today, and we're going to practice shadowing. What is shadowing? You would listen to me and then repeat. It's not just reading. We focus on intonation and pronunciation. So you can pause. I'll wait for you, but you can pause and repeat. I request you to not always focus on the subtitles because you have to listen. Shadowing is all about listening and then repeating. Focus on the intonation and the pronunciation. Here, it's not about imitating the style. Okay, imitation comes when we try pronouncing words, but I don't want you to imitate my style. That's not my point. You can just listen and repeat. Focus on the intonation and just to maintain your style. Okay, so are you ready? So here comes the lines. You can listen to me. Listening is very important. And after that, when you see the lines on the screen, you can repeat after me. In between, I will also share certain things. Okay, I will share those thoughts. The title is Hop a Little, Walk a Little, and Jump a Lot. Okay, if you don't get enough time to repeat, you can pause. So hop a little, walk a little, and jump a lot. Here you have to pay attention to hop. I hope that you're going to listen to the entire video. That's my hope and my trust in you. So hope is different from hop. Hop a little, walk a little, and jump a lot. So here we have the schwa sounds. If you don't know about that, please watch the first video because I've already spoken about the schwa sound. I'm not going to highlight that here. Hop a little. It's not a little or walk a little, but it's walk a little. Yeah, that's the idea. So pay attention to this throughout. Hop over trials, walk past negativity, and jump over adversaries. So here you have an exclamation mark. Okay, so that's the first line. It's the opening line. Hop over trials, walk past negativity, and jump over adversaries. The lockdown brought about a massive change. So I'm continuing this. The lockdown brought about a massive change in the thoughts and deeds of people. I used to get a pungent feeling. So I'm pausing here deliberately so that you get the time to repeat after me. I used to get a. So that is where you have to be very careful with the of all these words. You need to listen to the first video to understand it better. So I hope you have taken this together. Get a, about the. Okay, feeling about. It's not about, but pungent feeling about the people's greed for luxury. So let's do it again. I used to get a pungent feeling about the people's greed. It's not for luxury, but for luxury and status. Okay, so here it doesn't mean that you have to swallow the sounds completely. Some people take it very artificially, thinking that it should be for the, it's not like that. It should be clear. But partially, some sounds look as if it gets swallowed, but at the same time, the listener will be able to understand. Okay? Where has this gone? Where has this gone? And the author doesn't expect the readers to answer it at that time, but you can always reflect. That's why it's known as a reflection. I'm giving my comments, okay? So you can just listen to that and then we can relax and read. The next one, exercise used to be part of one's status and fashion. Used to be, that is where you had to focus. If you got it wrong, you can pause and repeat. Rewind, pause and repeat. During the lockdown, it turned out to be a necessity. So here you had to focus on during the lockdown, it turned out to be a necessity, during the. Okay, so if you've got it wrong, you can again go back and repeat. Now I'm going to go with a flow. Gyms and fitness Zumba centers remained shut down from sweat and workouts for a very long time. For a very long time. So if you're beginners, you just have to focus this for the time being. I was irregular with my morning and evening walks. So I'm purposely breaking this sentence as one long sentence, okay? I was irregular with my morning and evening walks, but those moments were relevant for me. So here I stressed for me, but still I didn't say for me. Listen to me again. I was irregular with my morning and evening walks, but those moments were relevant for me. I stressed for me, but not for me. For me, no. Because I'm speaking about the relevance, the significance, the role of these aspects in my life. I could face the day with briskness and boldness. Face the day. Face the day. Okay, that's where you had to focus on. If you got it wrong, you can repeat it again. My 7-year-old son accompanied me on his bicycle. Me on his, okay? My 7-year-old son accompanied me on his bicycle. So it goes like this, like a rhythm. There's a rhythm there, on his. You should have focused on that. He was pedaling as fast as he could. So I'm breaking the sentence here. He was pedaling as fast as he could. It's a long sentence. He was pedaling as fast as he could while I worked on my pace. So you should have focused on was as fast as he could while I worked on my pace. While I worked on my pace. While I worked on my pace. On my pace. Genuine and generous groups also fell under the tag money monger. Generalization crept in the name of presumptions. You should have focused on in the name of presumption. So here I'm speaking about how suddenly fitness centers you can say dietitians, the benefit of nutrition, the benefit of even consuming some home remedies crept into our lives. Still, then, of course, we knew the importance and the significance of these aspects, but still, as soon as Corona, lockdown, COVID hit the corners of the world, we became so cautious and we began giving much attention to everything. But at times, it even crossed the limits, the boundaries, and we got to read about people who overworked, overdid things. This also happens with language. When you work on your pronunciation, if you're too stuffy and if you suffocate yourself by forcing yourself to get the sounds right, then definitely you're going to have a breakdown. Okay, the next one. Shall we continue? We just have one more paragraph left. These are just one-page reflections, okay? I observed that this was the time when everyone made exercise and meditation an essential part of their daily routine. I'm going to break the sentence now. I observed that this was the time when everyone made exercise and meditation an essential part of their daily routine. I'll give you some time. You can repeat the whole sentence. Yes, together. It's there on the screen. So here you have to pay attention to this was the time and then meditation, an essential part. I'm not giving importance or guidelines on every word. Okay, so some of you may feel there are other aspects also hiding, but still intermediate beginner learners, you can practice it this way. And there is no one way. Okay, there are no rules stating that you have to read in only particular way. That's not the case. The post-COVID phase demands breathing exercise and special workouts, yoga and meditation. Okay, so there I wrote demands because it was happening, it was ongoing. That's why I said demands. And even now there are people who contract COVID and there are even worse conditions coming our way. Today we have the worst, and after 10 years we may feel we have more diseases creeping into our lives. Whatever it is, then it was the biggest, okay? So it still demands. You can also alternate these words with something else. If you want to speak about cooking, you can put cooking there. If you want to use some other words using the same syntax, you can do that. Because you have the script in front of you, it's up to you to change the words. And if those words fit in, you can use different tenses, but accordingly modify the sentence. If you're not sure about the meanings, you can refer to the dictionary. Dictionary is available online and offline. Please have some patience and do that much. It's not going to take much time. Okay. Brain gym and mass drills were scheduled for online courses. Many things happened online. I remember taking part in journal activities, online gyms. There were a lot of teachers who launched dance classes online. Even now it's going on. And also we had the language learning classes operating online. That was a trial. Everything was a trial. Several platforms were launched. Everything became a part of trial, but then it began working, and a lot of good platforms are still working. Even I take training sessions online, and it has been working because technology, the way you operate, the way you speak to people and give attention to one learner actually works. Because earlier we never had the tools. Now you have the tools. I'm not speaking about AI because sometimes AI can be dangerous. But I'm speaking about the good tools that we can use to help out someone who doesn't have the time to read, to understand and work on the language skills. Okay, the next one. How many grilled the pockets and drilled the bodies in the name of exercise? Okay, so I'm speaking about people who overdo things. I'm never against exercise, but there were a lot of people who overdid things. So I'm not trying to tell you that I'm against exercise. Of course, exercise is important, but negotiation, balancing things, compromising, sacrificing, and also giving importance to yourself, to the self, the body. And some people think foolishly that mental health awareness is for those who go through COVID or who are mad, literally. It's not like that. It's about giving attention to the unaddressed or giving attention to the obliterated aspects of life that are prone to evasive actions, deeds which may affect others' life or your life. There are a lot of things that go unaddressed and also that go unnoticed, but it affects the self later. Okay, taking the right action at the right time is also, yes, it's great. You have to pay attention to such things. Even voicing your opinion, everything was addressed. So this book literally includes a lot of things. I have written about my hostel life, post-COVID phase. If you're interested, you may want to ask me, what have you included here? Sailing in fellowship, it's all about birth date. Okay, how people enjoyed and celebrated birthdays during the COVID lockdown. Then skin to skin. Yes, the skin issue that was very personal. I spoke about the skin issue that hit me. Then when my works get printed, so it's all about the publishing. This was the third book that got published. So I've written about that experience also. I sent this book for proofreading and editing later. Then my foster mother. So I'm speaking about Kuwait, where I grew up. And yes, my mother country and my foster mother country, I've just given a name like that. Then the prancing cancer. That's when I lost my aunt to cancer. I've written about that. And then came the cancer phase that we dealt with after that. Okay, so that was a huge story. From touch to test. That is about beliefs, ideologies, stigmas, myths, and legends. So I've spoken about touch to test, the COVID test, and other things that there were a lot of posters and campaigns saying you should have that healthy distance, maintain social distancing, such kind of posters, such kind of alerts were there. So I've written about that. Diary or dairy, that's also there, another title. Okay, so you can find this. The OTP is another title. Who will wrap those gaps? So I have read this out to you. Okay, hop a little, walk a little, and jump a lot. And this is the first edition. And whenever you write, as authors also, I've spoken to many authors, they say we are not obsessed with grammar, because when you write, we try to give the correct sentences, but sometimes I think we can take the liberty to change the usage, to change the sentence structure, and not to completely stick to the grammar rules, because we could be highlighting other aspects in the sentence. So what I'm trying to tell you is the usual usage will not be there. See, sometimes when we use prepositional phrases or prepositions for that matter, to, on, at, we may alter that slightly because we may want to highlight the other linking verb or adjective or other thought in the sentence. So we take the liberty to alter that way. Those who are writing, those who are into writing will understand this better. So when you begin writing, you will understand that grammatical structure is not that place the pivotal role. It's not going to be very significant. Of course, you should know grammar, but it's about the thought, the experience, the way you connect with yourself, because that's when you can help others connect with you. Okay, so that's about the shadowing practice. That was just one page. This is something that I noticed specifically in the first edition when I got the author copies. So first I thought that they had missed out on some content, because always the manuscript will be there on the desktop. I always had it in the diary. I used to write it in the diary, and after that I typed it. So, but they left pages as these in between. So these kind of pages, maybe it's a mistake, I don't know. So I thought they missed out on this content, but the page numbers are there, so it's easy to track. I think that's it. Otherwise, it's fine. They have left 2 pages towards the end for you to write down the notes and all that. But in between, you get this bonus where you can write down the notes. I'll just read the first page. And there are just 3 lines there. I dedicate this work to all who stood by me, especially during the most turbulent storms in life. This is an amalgam of loss, pain, and strength dedicated to all the fighters. So it's not just people who contracted COVID, but there were a lot of people around us who had health issues, and many people did not speak about this. When I participated in a cancer campaign, I got to know that people did not share about their problems because of fear. Just like how you experience fear while speaking in English, there are a lot of people who fear, who develop anxiety and do not share it with anyone in the family. And that led to severe mental problems. In the sense, it was difficult for them to come out of the trauma. When I say mental problems, it's not just having madness, but the trauma. To get over the trauma, you need the support, the mental strength and support of others around you. So I got to know about such people during the campaign. When you have a problem with your body, I think it's good to confide in not only in medical experts, but also if you have a friend who is technically sound, who is medically sound. Otherwise, trust people around you who are supportive, who are ready to listen to you, because they're also listening is important. And I hope you get the points. So then after that, I sent it for proofreading again. So I think I had to pay an extra fee for that, because proofreading and editing again, they'll have to edit after that. So when you order on Amazon or Flipkart, you may get the first edition or the second edition. It's up to you. They'll write it there. And there are no major differences. Maybe some prepositions, some usages got corrected. And so yes, otherwise it's okay. The content remains the same and the pages, the headings, everything remains the same.